What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. We're going to talk about the Tekken talk that happened around, I think it was 12 a.m. yesterday. I already watched most of it, so I just want to break it down as far as the Tekken shop, the characters, and all that. So let's get straight into it.
With me, as well as Kohei Ikeda, also known as Nakatsu from the dev team, and also everyone you know quite well, Harada-san himself, the chief producer and director on the project. So we have a lot of stuff to introduce to you guys today. Let's start it off, and I'm going to be helping with translating for all these guys because no one speaks English. But let's kick it off by listening to what Yasuda has to say.
はい。じゃあ早速もういきなり日本語で持っちゃいましたが行きましょうか。さあ、とりあえずじゃあ一旦今日たくさんね、皆さん大好きなパワーポイントをお待ちかねの。
パワーポイント。
So yeah,
No slide show, please. No slide show.
no, we know
No
you
slide
guys
show, please.
have been waiting a long
じゃあ
time
今日
for
このままだらっとトークしましょうか。
for Yasuda's
Oh, yeah, they pretty
PowerPoint
much just talked
presentation
about
that you guys love so much. So
How, everybody was like, why are we getting PowerPoints? You just want to see gameplay. And I understand it.
Many slide.
Mr. PowerPoint here.
Mr. PowerPoint.
皆さんね、分かる通り今日安田がいるということは
Okay.
特にすごい心
So I'm
情
gonna
が
skip
ない
ahead to the
So Rod was
first.
just saying that since Yasuda's here, and to see just the general excitement from you guys and customizations and fan art and etc. So keep it coming.
なんかあと
Okay, so pretty much the first part they just talked about how well we're doing and how the group of play in Tekken 8 is way larger than Tekken 7, which I saw this coming a mile away just from how amazing the game looks, the way it runs, the amount of content you have, the amount of honestly accessibility and options you have as well, like compared to most games at launch. Like it's insane. I played all the fighters this year through MK to Street Fighter, and Tekken by a long shot has way more content for you to enjoy and digest immediately. And personally, not to be biased, it's better, but that's another conversation. All right, let's skip ahead. So as everyone knows, Eddy's going to be coming out by either the end of this month or the beginning of March. So looking forward to that. And then it shows we're going to have the summer, autumn, and winter for the next DLC characters of the first season. I'm not sure who they're going to do. I've heard rumors that none of the characters in the first season are going to be guest characters. They're all going to be Tekken characters or maybe original characters, if that makes sense. Because like Victor and Reina, those are original characters. So that could also be a possibility.
ハングルだけ読めないから英語とスペイン語と日本語はできるだけ読みますはい
So Rod just mentioned that there's a little bit of time we have today during the broadcast where we'll be touching on some requests, etc. from you guys. He'll try his best to read the English comments, maybe even Spanish and Japanese, obviously. Unfortunately, he doesn't really read Hangul, the Korean language. So, yeah, write your comments in English and you have a good chance that he might see it.
はい。今日おそらく皆さん一番期待しているのはエディの話、テッケンワールドツアーのファイナルで、アナウンスさせていただいたエディの話かなと思うんですが、ちゃんとエディの話ありますからね。スライドじゃない、はい、パワーポイントじゃないお話も。本当？本当に
So we believe everyone's tuned in because you're excited to hear more about Eddy, which we've already kind of hinted at, including the game already. We'll get to that in time and in stuff that's not a PowerPoint actually too, but bear with us in the meantime before we get to that.
秒間60コマのスライドショーかもしれない
So I was just saying maybe it's a 60 frame per second PowerPoint presentation.
Oh yeah, they mainly just joked about the PowerPoint.
And after that we have another.
So, and then they also talked about updates that are going to be coming to the game. So the first update, which will be, I'm not sure if it's the same day as Eddy releases, but it's between the same time frame. So I'm assuming it's at the same time. We're going to be getting a few changes to characters. I don't think it's a full-on patch for every character because they mentioned Victor's throw. That's really hard to break. They mentioned chain throws, right, on Punish, how it's guaranteed. They're going to be changing that as well. And another change, I forget. Let's see if they mentioned it. Oh, okay, so here it is. You see where it says adjustment of behavior. So it was just a few characters that they mentioned, not the whole cast, as I remember, in Tekken Shop. And I'm excited for this. So it's pretty much just classic costumes, avatar costumes, and effects, and so on. And then the cool merch. They've talked about all the different merch, how it's going to be in-game and it's going to be advertised as you see in this photo right here. So when you're in the Tekken Lounge and you're walking around, it's going to show up on the top of the roof. It's going to show up on the store. So I think for future collaborations going forward, that it's going to change how the lounge looks to make it more accessible to everybody to want to go there. Because personally, I just go to rank match or practice mode. I'll never really go to the lounge unless I want to add somebody, and then we just leave the lounge. So this is a good way for people who want to go there, do Tekken bowling or Tekken ball, and so on. So this is going to be, interesting to look at on the next update.
Kind of wander around the area. So there's a whole kind of like a Uniqlo Tekken 8 store, I guess you could say.
はい。で今日、実装中の、映像を撮影して持ってきましたので、皆さんぜひ、ご覧いただければと思います。
So we actually have some footage that's taken of the in-game collaboration we have already implemented. So let's take a break from the PowerPoint for a second and check out the video.
So this is going to show exactly what I was talking about.
これラウンジですよね。これ実際ちょっと天井を見てほしいんですけど、結構その天井のサイネージごとユニクロ鉄拳30周年仕様になってます。
So Nakatsu was just mentioning, look at this
Yeah,
ceiling
that's pretty
of
cool.
the Tekken Fight Lounge. Many of you are probably familiar with this area, but you can see it's changed to reflect the Tekken 30th anniversary
That's so
logo,
cool.
and that one of Uniqlo as well, the UT.
だからこれもうね、もちろんユニクロさん以外でもね、
Such a small change, but
いろんな
it's
仕掛け
so
ができる
cool.
ようになってるので、
I can see it now, like when there's Tekken World Tour and so on.
なんかメッセージ出したいって人はまあ8500万円ぐらいだ。
それがあると。
So Rado was just mentioning that we can do collaborations with many different people with this area. It's quite flexible. So even personal people, if you have a spare 850K or so, come talk to us and we can put your message up on the ceiling here.
まあ店内もユニクロさんっぽい感じの。
Okay. This is pretty cool. Let's go on to the next. So here it is. This is the Tekken shop. And honestly, I'm not too mad at it. Like I said before, there's a lot of content in the game, and I was curious myself. I was wondering, like, this is nice that we have a lot of new things, but it seems that we're lacking in previous costumes or customizations. Like in Tekken 7, for example, there was a lot of unique costumes, I feel like, for characters. Like for me, King, for example, my favorite character. In this game, he doesn't really have any unique alternative costumes. And in Tekken 7, he had one that changes his rage art. It literally gave him a whole new look and a new rage art. So this is a glad change. The price point is around $4, as you can see on the bottom. It's going to be some type of Tekken points or whatever you want to call it. And I'm fine with this. At least it's not $12 or $20 or $25 for one costume. So at the very least, you'll be able to spend $20-something and you'll be able to get at least 4 to 5 costumes, right? Depending on the amount of points and whatnot. So I like this. And they told us as well that they're going to update this, I believe, once or twice a month. So probably the beginning of the month and the end of the month, the shop will be updated with new costumes, effects, and all that. So, yeah. And you see on the bottom, I think these are the avatar skins, which personally I probably won't buy these constantly. I'm going to be focused on the costumes, but like King or Steve, once they get an avatar, I might go out of my way with extra points and buy it myself.
Skins. You've probably seen already the Jin, Jun, and Kazuya ones, but we have more on the way.
はい。で、これ一個ちょっとあまり勘違いというか。悪いように捉えられたくないなっていう、これ一プロデューサーとしての話ができましたので、はい、というようになります。
So the way you do it is you go into the store and you'll talk to the employee there, and then you'll access the customization items. This one happens to be the Uniqlo collaboration, and so
Oh yeah,
although
these
it's
shirts are
free
cool.
for
I'm gonna buy
everyone
some of these in
in-game,
real
you
life.
actually still go through the purchase of I'm sorry, the process of purchasing it so that you can obtain it.
はい。で、まあ今いろんなキャラクターが、プレビューとして、まあ、着用している状態。もうこれも見れるよう
See,
に。
that's the cool part. These collaboration shirts, they're going to be, I don't know if it's going to be all of them, but for the most part, everything they've shown, you can buy these for yourself in real life to wear. So it's kind of cool. You'll be able to wear the same shirt as your player and whatnot. So let's see.
The color too, I believe, right?
So yeah, avatar skins.
色変更できますね。第1弾は
And as you see, classic Jun. And then right here you see 400, which would be $4, and then the little points up there.
鉄拳30周
Tekken
年にちなんで
coins.
歴代の人気だったコスチュームをチョイスしています。
So Nakatsu's picked up some of the fan favorites here. You can see Tekken Tag Tournament 2 June right here. Nice.
That was my first
で
Tekken.
今ここに400って書いてるんですけど、
はい。
はい。
Yes, sir.
400鉄拳コイン。
I'm looking at this. I'm buying it because Kazuya is one of my favorite characters. But I hope, because sometimes games forget this, but I hope that these costumes we can change the colors. I want to be able to change the purple to a different color, the gloves, the vest, and so on. It's cool having an iconic costume come back, but to be able to adjust the changes. Because personally, I really don't like when they provide you an alternative costume and you can't do any adjustments. So I hope we can do that going forward.
になるんですが、大体
So
値段
cool.
的には、まあドルで言うと、3.9 ぐらいかな、はい、の値段になります。
So the coins, the 400 you see is actually it's not a particular currency outside the game. It's just the Tekken coins. If we have to kind of translate it roughly, it would be like 3.99 USD, roughly. So
$4.
That's kind of the price.
はい。
これ鉄拳4の
Yeah, I love this costume. これね、中津に僕は入れてってお願いしたやつですよね。
そうですね。
Ling Xiaoyu.
しっかり作り直しましたから。
Interesting. Wait, so the hair is items included in content. Oh, weird. So her hair and the costume are separate, but they're one bundle. Interesting. So I might be right then. Maybe you can customize, because if these two are separate, then that would mean you'd be able to, because you see how she's wearing her Tekken 8 costume on this image, but she has, what is this, Tekken 6? I'm not sure what Tekken this is from, or 4. Hair, so that's a good
It's a
sign.
very popular costume from Tekken 4 for Ling Xiaoyu.
はい。
The ponytail, all that.
The skins are hilarious, the avatar
was redone for
skins.
this game.
Reina.
あとはアバタースキンに関しても、
God kick.
まあこれレーナーですね。
So you can see Reina. She's going to be a wonderful addition for the avatar skins.
Hmm.
でアバターだけじゃなくて、
Oh
こういった
wow.
妹も、使えるようになります。
そうですね。キャラクターのアバタ
That's so
ーに
cool.
こういう技エモートっていうのがついていて、その技エモートは実際自分の
Honestly, I wish
設定
they were $2 for the avatar skins.
So
Because the fact is the
Nakatsu
avatar
mentioned that you see-
skins cost the same amount as actual costumes is kind of like, see how these are 50. Personally, those should be like 50 or 100.
the emote that comes attached with Reina, as with the other characters as well. And it's not just particularly when you have the Reina skin on. You can use it with your other avatars as well, if you own that skin.
でこれがパテエフェクトと言われるもので、まあエモートのさらに、エフェクトがついたものになるんですが、
See, like this one's 100 and the other one's 50.
まあその場で花火を打ち上げることが、
Interesting.
Next is the party effects. So it's kind of like a emote that's unique to any of these avatars that you can use if you have the
Okay, so this too, I don't know, because I don't think they showed it in the little example video, but they said the Tekken shop will have paid items and free items. So for the people who don't want to pay for anything, there will be options. I'm not sure how much content there's going to be as far as the free items go or what they're going to provide. But that's good, right? To have free and paid. So that's cool with me.
item available. あ、ごめんなさい、原さんなんか
いやこれ何に
Free
使うん
and
だろうね
paid.
パーティーですね。
団員が昇格した時とか誕生日
Okay.
ね
The
Let's
Tekken
skip
shop and
ahead. So here it is. So Victor's throw, like it's really hard to break for some reason. Alyssa's follow up, not sure what that is. I haven't played too many Alyssas. Chain throw. So any character with a chain throw, obviously the main one we know is King, but you know Nina has chain throws. Drag. I don't know if they removed it from the game, but he had a chain throw. So any chain throw at all, if you would grab an opponent as a punishment, the whole follow-ups next, you couldn't break it, which is not good, especially King, because the rolling death cradle is 100 something damage. So imagine you get grabbed, punished, and the entire cradle is guaranteed. That's doing too much. So yeah, pretty much this is just, if there's any issues in the game you've noticed that are buggy, you would just go on Twitter, do hashtag Tekken 8 report, and let them know about the situation.
the customization items, all of this. I know you all are quite interested to find out about the character adjustments. This is mainly just
実の紹介をさせていただきました。
And here we go again, just a little spreadsheet of their updates and what they're going to do. They're going to continue. And then also they talked about music, the music from Tekken Tag and Tekken Revolution. These are two of my favorites because they were my first Tekken games. So that's awesome to see that they're on all streaming platforms. And then the next thing was just a whole bunch of merch, and I'm not going to lie, the merch was so cool. So this shirt, this jacket Murray's wearing, I think they're showing it. This is the pants.
so iconic for Tekken 8. So both of these are on sale. They're currently taking pre-orders.
で、
So
これ
yeah, just a whole bunch of merch, and then a few announcements for tournaments and
announced that
qualifiers.
Chipotle is going to be
Let's
supporting the World
see.
Tour as well. So hopefully that helps us make it an even better experience this
So
year.
now
はい、
let's skip
道場の
ahead
申請であったりとか、
to the big
In progress
reveal.
dev build, so
Eddie
hope you enjoy
Gordo.
it.
じゃあまずは
ドキドキしますけどね。
見せますか
メインスクリ
まず
ーン
メイン
Such a
スクリー
cool
ンから
art.
メニュースクリ
I
ーン
love green's my favorite color, so I love the contrast.
ゲーム画面を、はい、
Main,
お願いいたします。
main screen here.
There he is.
あ、
Main menu.
これがね、
皆さんほら
You're so used to seeing
皆
Kazuya,
もう
right?
和也の上半身裸に飽きたでしょ
Honestly, I hope
So
we can
maybe,
change it to any
you're a
character,
bit sick of seeing
and it's
Kazuya
not
all
just
day
who's
long,
ever
so we
new.
decided to change it up.
エディに変えておきました
Eddie is now in the main menu,
Nice, nice.
こんな感じで一応エディが
and you can see from different angles.
これはちゃんとゲームモデルなので実際このクオリティです。はい。
This is the game model, obviously,
Mhm.
not like a pre-render or anything. This is the actual model itself.
で今日はじゃあプラクティスを、
そうですねプラクティス、
まあプ
で
ラクティスというかまあどういうキャラになってるかって
はい
簡単にねちょっと実況
プラクティスでエディをちょっと
うん
実際
触ってみましょうか。はい。
So I believe Nakatsu is going to show us in the practice mode just a little bit about the character and what we have so far.
これでね、ちょっとコメント拾いますけど、
Yeah, Eddie looks
ここの今
interesting.
のメニューのところエディになってたじゃないですか。でみんな自分の好きなキャラにしたい人
Capoeira
結構いると思うんで、そこはちょっと中津と僕も
はい
今後やっていきたいなと思ってます。そこは、
はい
当然そこは。
And Rod is saying we realize many people want to use their favorite character in the main menu, so that's something we understand, and hopefully it can happen.
はい実際動いてる実機
Okay,
で
so they did talk
初めてだ
about
ったん
it.
ですけど
ちょっとドキドキしますよこれね。
Question is done, Dake.
コスチュームこれからお見せします
Because we should be able to choose, if it's the actual character model, we should be able to choose throughout the entire cast. You know, so whatever they got to do to add that to be available, that everybody would love that. Just how they mentioned, they said they're going to try their best, hopefully sooner than later. But yes, I want to be able to choose any character.
そうですね実際
Okay.
There's some cool
2P の
things.
カラーはこんな
So you got some of his
感じ
costumes.
It's a two-player costume.
で次に
It's okay. I think I like the purple one better.
追
Yeah,
加した
yeah, I like that one better.
見た目になって
And this is his unique costume that he has. It's brand new for Tekken 8.
はいで、皆さん鉄拳7
Looks
の
pretty
エディも
similar.
好きだと思うので
And his classic Tekken 7 costume.
髪型含めて鉄拳7コスチューム実装してます
And I know I'm a huge fan of this Tekken 7 costume, but it's brought back for Tekken 8 as well,
No, no,
including the
Kamigata
hairstyle
ne.
at the time.
はい
髪型自由にまたカスタマイズとかこういうので変えれるので皆さんそこはご安心くださいね。
はい
はい。
Obviously, you can customize the hairstyle to your liking.
Mhm.
今日
The element to the if you haven't done so yet. Here.
So here it is.
はい。まずちょっと、
So just to sum it up,
バーの下。
if you see where the heat is, the little symbols. So now any character with an install, so Claudio, his starburst, anytime he has it, this symbol up top is going to glow. So I think this is a good change because when you're playing the match, sometimes you can't notice. And even as the player, sometimes I've forgotten because when you activate heat and you activate starburst, those are technically two separate things. You can activate starburst without heat and you can activate starburst with heat. And it's a faint color around your arm glowing. So, you know, it's a good indication mainly for the opposite player to understand like, oh, look, it's glowing. That means he has new abilities unlocked, right? Because when he gets starburst, he gets a couple moves. So if you didn't know, now you know. Eddy as well, he's going to have an install. And it's up to 2. So, and it's going to show.
ヒートタイマーの横にあるアイコンが、こちらはクラウディオのスターを四角。
This kind of signifies different things for different characters. In Claudio's case, it signifies the heat burst, right? Or with Brian, maybe snake eyes.
はい、こちらは
Yeah.
2月
A few
下旬から
characters that
3
have
月
some.
頭のアップデートで、パワーアップが、搭載されているキャラクターに実装されます。
And so this is going to be included in the update in end of February or early March to kind of show the abilities that each character has in the match.
はい、じゃあでお待ちかねのエディ行ってみましょう。
新キャラ
Alright, let's get started with
まず
Eddy.
行きましょう。
Eddy.
今回本当に新
25 years now. But one of the kind of key concepts in the development of the character this time is new capoeira. So he's, you know, his fight style has been completely revamped for this time.
だから実はこの
He looks
構えの
great.
陣
Like the
側から
movement
して
is
す
so
ごい
cool.
設置感で
はい
結構これもリニューアルされてるんですよ。
So even the Jinga, you can see the footwork. It just feels more like solid and you know, actually sticking to the ground than it was before.
はいまあちょっ
Yeah,
と軽く
it's so
見せますけど
fluid. His animations look absolutely
いろいろリニューアル
amazing.
逆立ちもねポーズ違うししゃがみ
So
ポ
you
ー
can
ズ
see the animations have changed quite a bit.
実はこの鉄拳3の時に、カポエイラを始めた開発メンバー、笹森っていう、ゲヘイロっていうそのカポエリスタがいるんですけども、彼が今回モーションアクターとして、指導者
To this, actually, there's a development member called Sasamori for the past 6.
はそもそも笹森の師匠はエディだから
I want to skip ahead to where they show.
こっちの方向で逆立ちのまま前
In the hands,
避ける逆立ち。
he's much more mobile than before.
はい今まで逆立ちは攻めの起点で
Starting points for his offense, and
こんな感じで逆立ちからこう座りに移行できる技が追加されたり、こう連携から座り
of attacks, also a new power crash.
はい、で続いて2つ目のいて
Like an MMA fighter techniques, but also is a good way to kind of like evade opponent's attacks as well. So the
Okay.
handstand is kind of like your starting point to your offense. Negativa, the relaxed position, is kind of like a way to open up your opponent.
こう下段からの、クリーンヒットで
Okay, so I believe that low attack. Let's go back.
追加されて
There it
こう
is.
下段からの、クリーンヒットでダウンが取れる下段が追
There it
加さ
is.
れて
Okay, so they said that he has a few attacks that will activate that, and when he gets capoeira, it unlocks a couple moves or so. They didn't show all of it. They rarely showed anything. They just showed that it stands from the I think it's called, what's it called? Nagita stance. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but from that stance when he's on the floor and he does that low into the high, it will give him his install 1, and he goes up to 2.
で、エディがパワーアップするといったような新要素が入ってます。
So it has lots of low attacks. He also, if he does a clean hit from one of those low attacks, it actually knocks down the opponent and gives him kind of a buff.
でこ
Okay,
の
so
パ
it
ワーア
has
ッ
to
プ
be
は
a
後で
clean
説明
hit.
しますが、カポエイラの中で有名なマンジンガっていう秘術だったり魔術といったようなこう左キックを連打しておくと、
And they also
コンボが決めて
mentioned that they've made some of his strings easier to do, or certain stances easier to do, you know, which is part of their trend that they've been doing with Tekken 8 is be more accessible to newer players and so on. So he can now do strings by just clicking a button. Hopefully he still has unique and interesting combos and other mix-ups that actually has, you know, fun utility of thinking, you know. So that's what I love the
マン
most.
ジンガがたまるっていったような、遊びやすく、
Filled with a lot of people who are like, oh man, Eddie's insane. I can't wait to play him. But at the same time, people who are, you know, have a different main character and think, I have to learn how to fight against this character.
Yeah, see, as you saw.
But you know, it's like any other character. Obviously, he looks strong when we first show him off because we want people to be excited about new characters. But he has his
that was all one button.
as well. You just have to find them just like the other characters.
はい
So just like Mike said, you know, it is true, like whenever there's a new character, you're like, I gotta learn them. So making them a lot easier to use initially is nice. Clearly it's not saying that those easy moves are his best moves, but just giving you an easy way to lean into the character without having to spend so much time to learn every little thing. So you can just hop in and have fun with the character. And then lastly, they showed the main menu again, and then they let us know that if you have the deluxe or ultimate edition, that you'll be able to access DLC characters 3 days in advance. So like myself, I'll be able to get that. And I believe that's it. The last thing they mentioned was if you have any ideas or suggestions for more features they should add into the game, they actually said that message them individually on Twitter. So they'll have two things. They'll have the Tekken 8 report for bugs and glitches, and then directly to the cast of people we saw today, like Mike, Harada, and so on. And you let them know, like, hey, we would love Tekken 4s, we would love Tekken Bowling, we would love Tag. They even mentioned like a team like 3v3 or 2v2, right? So stuff like that. It's crazy to think that they're already ahead of the game. They're asking us, the players, to give thoughts and tell them what we want to do. So it's looking great for Tekken. This whole Tekken talk was very informative, and it was awesome to see. Oh, whoops, but break my mic. It's awesome to see how honest and upfront they are with us and letting us know, like, hey, we understand that this game is huge right now, and we love Tekken just like you. So just let us know any issues, and we will make the game the best as we can. So. And we love that, right? When the developers and animators and whatnot are so close to the players as far as this talking, it's always the best. The game's always going to come out the best. So this is going to be awesome going forward. I love Tekken, so I'm very excited to see where we go from here and see what other additions they add to the game. So definitely let me know whatever you guys would like or see from the game, because there's a lot. They can do anything. So I think that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the quick little breakdown, because it's a whole long hour, so I just wanted to quickly break it down for you guys who didn't get to watch it or don't have time to sit through the whole thing. But that was pretty much a summarized explanation of everything. I hope it was informative and I got to explain everything to the best for you to understand. But that is it. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next video. I'm out.